Welcome back to the channel, my G4 family. How are you doing today? Hope you're safe and well. And I've got a wee treat for you. You've been so good, I thought I'd give you a wee treat. We're back in game review stroke demo review territory today. And we're going to have a look at Scarlett Nexus, which is a game that's had really good reviews. And I've got to say, I was really impressed with this one. Let's do it! So before we get into the game review itself, I want to just premise this a little bit. If you watch G4XP for a while, you know that I'm a predominantly a looter shooter type open world channel. Scarlett Nexus is more of a melee type game, and so it's a little bit different to what we normally bring you on the channel. Although I've got to say, we've been playing a little bit of Jedi Fallen Order, a little bit of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and they alike lately. That's easy for you to say. So we've sort of been doing a few games that have melee combat, so this wasn't too foreign, but it's usually not something that a game that I would choose by choice and naturally. The second thing is this game has a lot of button combinations, and again, that's a type of game that I generally do not like, and mainly because I can't remember all the button combinations. But anyway, this game's not too bad for that. You'll see as we go through the review what I'm talking about. And thirdly, this is kind of a Japanese anime inspired kind of game, so there's a whole lot of things that I would normally not look for in a game and generally ignore. Having said all that, this game really pleasantly surprised me, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. I had a smile on my face. I was laughing a lot when I was playing through this demo. There's about 3 or 4 hours on the demo to play through, and we're just going to go through bit by bit and show you everything we can so that you get a good view and see if it's for you. Okay, let's get into some footage and let's talk our way through it. So what is Scarlett Nexus? Well, Scarlett Nexus is described as an action role-playing game from the third-person perspective. Players can assume control of either Yuta Samagani or Kasan Randall, and I'm going to completely butcher those names, as member of the Other Suppression Force, or the OSF, who are tasked to defend New Himuka! It's called Himuka. Sorry guys, I am going to butcher some of these names, so apologies up front. So we're going to defend New Himuka from creatures known as the Others. Well, they're equipped with short-range weapons like a sword. Both the Yuto and Kasen possess the ability of psychokinesis, allowing them to hurl objects, debris at hostile enemies. And that is a lot of fun, guys, and you will see that fairly shortly if you're not already seeing it in the footage I'm putting up here. The protagonist's powers can be upgraded through accessing the brain map, which serves as the game's skill tree. As players progress, they will encounter different party members who would assist them in combat. Each companion has their own unique combat abilities, which you can acquire by the protagonist through an ability named Brain Link. And you're going to see some of this in the demo. The demo actually gives you the other companions to play around with, which is really nice. The story is set in the near future, or an alternative reality, where humanity develops technology and forms a society based on the substance found in the human brains. Ew! These substances also grants humans extraterrestrial superpowers. The OSF recruit members with supernatural abilities to protect humanity from the Others, mindless monsters descending from the extinction belt. So, there you go, guys. It's kind of set in a kind of anime type Japanese world. It's kind of almost a cyberpunkish look around it. Really nicely drawn and animated. And yeah, it's available on all platforms. Windows, PlayStation, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, doesn't say anything about switch it at the moment on the wiki, but yeah, it's. I enjoyed this game a lot. I've got to tell you, any opportunity to chuck various objects at enemies is a good day in my opinion. So to start off the game, at least start off the demo, you have to go through a series of tasks, and it's like a tutorial. So in the demo, it's a dedicated section of tutorials. Now, I'm not sure that I like the way they had this set up, because I just want to get into the game. I want to learn as much as I need to learn and just get into the game. And the tutorial, although it's comprehensive and it does learn you how to play and some of the button combinations, you kept getting this pop-up screen which took you out the action, read the screen, get rid of the screen, and then it would pop up with the button combinations on your screen as you're trying to kill the enemy with the combinations that they've just suggested you use. And it, I don't know, it all just seemed a bit convoluted, if that's the right word. I think they could do it. They could do that a lot cleaner and not take you out the action for as long. If you're like me, I don't like to read those things. I want to just know what I have to press to get the job done and just move on with the game. So I find those screens a little bit irritating, and the way that you have to actually press through them to get out of them was a little bit annoying. But it's only a minor thing, and I understand why the devs have done it, but I just found it a little bit unnecessary, and it took away a little bit from getting into the game and getting immersed straight away. But as I said, it is a pretty comprehensive tutorial, so that you get your fighting abilities and all your different button combinations locked in, and so you're aware of them and you can move on with the storyline. Speaking of the storyline, to track forward and move forward in the storyline, they have done a whole combination of these beautiful little kind of cartoony animations with the various members of the OSF talking to each other, which is a really nice. I haven't seen this done in too many games, although I must admit, as I said earlier, I haven't played this style of game before ever, or if I have, it's been very minimal. So this might be a standard thing that happens in the game, but the way that they've drawn this and the way that they've laid this out, I really did like a lot. It is really nicely done, and it seems a quite unique way to move the storyline forward. Okay, let's have a look at the interface. So you obviously get your party where you can choose who you want to take along with you or who you want to call up, and you can change these at any time. You can remove them. There's a number of people within the group. The items that you collect, and you can see there's a fair bit to that. That's everything, but you can kind of go through and take sections. This is the equipment you have, and obviously you're going to be able to get better and better equipment as you go through, and perks for your weapons at some point. All pretty standard stuff. There is some visual changes you can make as well. Here's the skill tree called the brain map, and obviously you're going to be able to earn points and upgrade various expand, support, enhance, or brain drive are the 4 categories that you're going to be able to enhance. All pretty standard for this type of game, I guess, or games in general. There is the story, so that would be your quests and your side quests, etc. Library is a bit weird because that's all kinds of messages and stuff like that you've had with various members of your group. And that's it. It's pretty straightforward. So, what are my thoughts on Scarlett Nexus? Well, it was a lot of fun, this game. Very the game to play. Something I've never tried in the past, as I said earlier. And as I did say earlier, I found that the messages in the tutorial were very annoying. And you know, you'll see during this fighting there are these just little pop-up messages, little screens that just pop up just kind of discreetly, and I'd prefer them to do that, but I understand why they did it. I understand that it's a tutorial, you're brand new to the game, and really you'll need as much information as possible. I just think that the duration for those little tutorial screens were a bit long, and there's a lot of reading and stuff, and you can sort of figure it out. But however, necessary evil. One thing I did find which was a bit odd is I played for a couple of hours, left the game, decided a couple of days later I wanted to come back and play this. Loaded the game back up, and it took me back to I had to go back to the tutorial. Now I'm assuming that's just a demo thing, but I couldn't find a save button anywhere. Now I don't know if I hadn't progressed the storyline far enough to get to a save point, or whether, you know, get a save point later in the game, but it was really a bit strange that there was no way to save your progress in the demo. It would have been kind of nice to have that. Graphically this is different, the fighting is a lot of fun, the combinations, and obviously you're going to get stronger and stronger as the game goes on. So all in all, I really enjoyed this, and I would, if this is your kind of game, then I'd highly recommend having a look. Scarlett Nexus releases on the 25th of June 2021, so why not check out the demo beforehand if this is your kind of game, and see if it suits you, and then you can get cracking on the 25th of June when it releases. Okay guys, something a little bit different. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Leave me some wonderful likes, comments, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you next time on G4XP. See ya.